Hi. What's your name?
My name is Sal Guido, and I composed the soundtrack for the 49-cent store.
My name is Megan Osborne, and I was the director of the 49-cent store.
With?
Teddy Morrison.
And what was your job in this movie?
I was the assistant director for the 49-cent store this year.
My name is Tarek Dobbs. I was the director of photography for the 49-cent store.
My name is Adrian Mikulak, and I wrote the movie along with Michael Bashara, and I played Gusty Wins in the movie.
My name is Michael Bashara, and I co-wrote the movie with Adrian Mikulak, along with playing the singer of the band Rowan Caesar.
My name is Austin Clark.
And what did you do for this movie?
I was part of promotions for the 49-cent store.
I'm Amanda Mayaki. I played the role of Cleo.
My name is Hassan Bazzi, and I was the main editor for the 49-cent store, and I also acted as Little Biggs. Okay, what is your name and what was your job for this production?
I'm Christy Aho, and I played the role of Becky in the movie, as well as promotions and set design.
My name is Philip Penich, and I was lighting. I'm Christian Planka, the executive producer.
I'm Samir Hullaby, the Dream, and I am the editor of half of the movie.
I am Jose Llanos, and I was the co-director of photography for the 49-cent store.
My name is Hassan Yunus, and I was one of the executive producers for the 49-cent store.
Did you understand the complexity of the project prior to signing on to the class?
Yes, I was fully aware of the complexity of the project before signing on. When Michael and Adrian initially came to me with the idea, I was a little bit nervous about it because not only are you composing music for the scenes themselves, but you're also making music for the band, which, you know, it's a little bit more. So, but yeah, I was aware of the complexity.
I kind of had an idea of the complexity of the project, as a director, because I had done smaller videos in the other advanced classes, or in the other video classes here. But I really was not aware of just how many decisions the director has to make and how much of a clear idea you have to have when you go on set, or else people really butt heads.
Having worked on Becoming Charlie before, I did understand the complexity of the 49-cent store just because Becoming Charlie had a lack of organization. I knew what we could be facing.
I did, just because I knew people that took the class last year and I had talked to them, and they said it wasn't easy, and I wasn't expecting it to be easy just because I know how much goes into making film, so I figured it wasn't going to be an easy A.
To want to start another, yes, but you can't really judge how difficult it's going to be until you actually do it.
Yeah, I knew how time-consuming it was before I started the class.
I knew we were going to be shooting a lot of locations because that's what we had written, but I really I didn't think it would be the time commitment, like the extreme time commitment that it became. So that was a new experience. Like last year, it was, at least last year it was a little more focused in, because we were shooting at Divine Child, but this year was very like everywhere for long periods of time, different spaces, yeah.
I was part of the writing process, obviously, as just stated, but I didn't quite realize what I was getting myself into with all of the different locations and pretty difficult scenes to shoot. So I knew it was going to be difficult, but I didn't realize how difficult it was going to be.
I think I definitely did, because from working on Winterman last year as an editor, we basically shot that movie all in the month of April last year. So I definitely understood like the time and everything that would be put into it, yes.
Yeah, I definitely understood the complexities of the entire. I knew this year was going to be really involved, and having edited Becoming Charlie last year, I knew that at the end it gets really messy, and a lot of dedication is required. But yeah, I understood the complexities going into it.
What was your favorite moment in the production?
Definitely the beach vignettes. Those were really funny.
My favorite moments for the movies, or in the process of filming, is really anytime someone screws up a line or makes a funny face. Like Amanda's got a bunch of them. And we were at Mr. Dolly's garage one day for filming, and it's when the band is getting back together to rehearse, and Michael flubbed his line, and Cleopatra is supposed to say, "I'm really proud of us." And Michael goes on to say, I think it's time we find a gig. But instead he said, you should be, because he couldn't think of anything else to say, and everyone just burst out laughing.
Probably the best moment was when Matt said auto-tuned whales, just because he made that up on the spot, and I died on the inside for like half an hour.
My favorite moments were the scenes where they were supposed to be serious, but something would happen and we would just start laughing, and then it would take like 5 minutes to like compose our laughter.
One of my favorite moments is filming with the mayor and Michael Bashar and getting that shot when it zooms into his face and get Michael.
One?
Yeah, getting Michael's awesome laugh.
By far the small concert scene, the second concert scene, I really liked the music battle between Little Bigs and Tiberius Rose. I think it was well done.
I think my favorite moment, or just scene in general, is the studio scene when we first encounter with Lil Biggs and he's naming off all of his names and he's just like getting really angry at everybody and everything.
My favorite moment was probably when Becky meets Sal at the recording studio and then Lil Biggs says something around like recording me eating the soup. I thought that was really funny.
How many hours do you think we spent on these productions?
Oh my goodness. Hours spent on the productions. I would wager over 200 maybe, because you have to count in the time spent in class pre going on to set, then the time spent on set, setting up stuff, breaking down after the set's done, filming, and then the whole editing process. So I would wager well over 200 hours.
Oh my goodness, we spent so many hours. I'd say well over 100, 150 probably more.
Too many.
We spent 1,478 hours on this project.
How did you calculate this?
July, August, 3 months, that's 90 days. 365 days of the year minus 90, 275. And then how many hours after school were we here, usually?
I don't know.
Like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How do you feel the project will stand up over time?
I think that this is a project that students in the future who are in WDHS will be able to look back on and kind of look to it for inspiration and say, I want to make something just like that.
I think this project will stand up really nicely over time along with other WDHS movies, because it's a different story than what kids have done in the past. A lot of times it is a comedy, but it's not the type of slapstick comedy that I think years past have done, and I think it's, especially with all the technology, I think it's going to be a turning point.
Over time, I think this project is going to stand up pretty strong based on the audience's reaction to the movie, and like I'd hate to say that, like again, like I'm pretty biased and I don't want to sound like I'm full of myself, but like I'm just really proud of the production and like how it ended up turning out and what the audience thought of it and everything.
I think it's going to be pretty memorable in the confines of WDHS because we worked hard, and I think it reflects in our effort in the overall production. So yeah, I think it's going to be remembered pretty well.
Compare the first read of the script to the finished project.
I don't think the first read of the script and the final project were really all that different. We definitely butted heads, a lot of people, including me, about locations and who to cast for minor roles and stuff, but I don't think it really was all that different. I think there were only a couple scenes that ended up getting cut or minor cut-ins that ended up needing to be changed.
I remember reading the script and finding it absolutely hilarious, and then watching it on the screen, I didn't think anything changed. I mean, we had little minor details changing of the script and stuff, but other than that, nothing major.
What will you take from this experience that will help you in the future?
I think that it really helped me understand how things on set work, because last year I was the editor, so I was completely just basically here all the time, and I did go on a few sets, but I definitely understand giving people direction and stuff like that better now.
Well, before taking the class, I had a different idea of what I wanted to do after high school, but after taking the class, I realized that's what I really want to go into is film production.
It definitely teaches me how to manage my time and make sure that I knew what I was going to do and have everything planned out.
Definitely learn to organize is what I'll be taking from this. If you don't organize and have a plan set out, your shoots are kind of scrambled unless you really know how to improv, which thankfully our whole crew kind of knew how to do, but it's just better to get organized.
I don't know. So uncomfortable doing.